Hello and welcome back to my channel. Our president is a giant kindergartner. That is a reality that we live in today. No, I'm not talking about his impeachment inquiry, which we will get more detail in another video because there's so much information being released. I am trying to put together a comprehensive either series of videos again or video because it's just in your face. So that's gonna have to wait until maybe tomorrow or sometime this week. Got a lot going on, guys. But I am gonna get to that. I am gonna update on that. But what we're talking about now is what was released in a book fairly recently talking about Donald Trump's aides, the alligator moat, and the giant wall on the Mexican border that he was trying to build. Okay, where to begin? Let's start with the fact that Donald Trump wanted to build a moat with alligators and snakes across the Mexican border. Then, if they got through the snake and alligator pit, I cannot believe I'm saying that, they got to a wall where he wanted to have a concrete wall that is electrified. For those of you who understand the hilarity behind that, yeah, you got a good giggle out of it too, I'm sure. With spikes on top that can snare skin. Barbed wire? I mean, that would make more sense. Can you imagine being in a meeting with the President of the United States and he's like, can you price what it would cost to build a giant moat and also find me some alligators and snakes? Like, who do you even call to get that? Who do you call? Be like, hello, yes, hello. Florida, can I get some of your alligators and snakes? And here you guys have some leeches too. Let's throw in some leeches for fun. Hello? Did you hang up on me? I'm calling from the White House. I mean, like, where? And let's get past the stupidity of it and let's talk about the humanity behind it because there's a whole other section of the story that gets even worse. Trump wants to build a moat with alligators and snakes where unaccompanied minors would have to cross that to get into our country. We're talking about children, human beings, people, families, children. He wants to get children eaten by alligators. This is literally the most inhumane president we'll ever encounter, I think. Not to mention the most dumb one that we'll ever encounter. Like, I can't stress this enough. People coming from other countries are desperate, especially when they come with their whole family, their children, their wives, their husbands. They're coming because they're afraid of where they live. They're not coming here to steal anything from you. They're not coming here to hurt you. They just want a better life. A life that we take for granted every day. They do jobs we don't want to do. Places where we get rid of illegal immigrants, they have a work shortage problem because Americans won't take those jobs in like the chicken processing plants, picking farm food, those menial jobs you don't want and you think are beneath you, they take and they work harder than most Americans will ever work. That's just fact. It's backbreaking labor. It's disgusting labor. And they just want a chance for a better life, better education for their kids, things like that. And for Donald Trump to want them to get eaten by alligators shows how truly disgusting he is. Now, the second half of that story was the fact that he wanted to shoot people that were throwing rocks. Israel does this, and I am so completely and totally against it. Sorry guys, that was my husband delivering me my dog again while she sits in the corner and scratches and makes a whole bunch of noise because that's how she do, and she's my dog, so. Aren't you, Momo? Stop scratching. Maya, stop it. See, she don't care. She's gonna scratch her face. Where were we? We were talking about the fact that they're human beings and they want a better life and how Israel shoots people that throw rocks. There is a huge difference between someone throwing rocks, which aren't going to do a lot of damage, and a bullet that is likely going to kill someone. And that was his solution. They throw rocks at you in protest, you shoot them with a gun. Not logical, not okay. He constantly tries to dehumanize these migrants. And I keep telling you that they are people too. They are just like you and me. All they want is a better life for their family. And the other thing that was absolutely mind-bogglingly horrifying was the fact that he was like, why don't you just shoot them in the leg to slow them down? You can kill a person by shooting them in the leg. It's also extremely cruel and a freaking war crime. Like, our president should already be charged with war crimes for a lot of stuff, but if he orders people to shoot migrants at the border, that's a war crime. He is openly advocating and getting angry because he cannot commit war crimes. And I told you that it would get significantly worse, that Hitler did not become Hitler overnight. It did not start with, let's round up all the Jews. It started with crap like this, dehumanizing them, making them less important, putting them in camps, hoping that we forget about it, and then moving them from camps to killing them. And you can see clearly here where he wants to kill them. He wants to shoot them in the head for throwing rocks. He then wants to shoot them in the legs to slow them down. And that is going to cause a lot of extra medical bills, a lot of unnecessary death, and a lot of excess pain and hurt that doesn't need to be had. They are people too. They are just coming here for a better life. Donald Trump needs to cut that crap out. And we have so much explaining to do to the world. If you are not an American and you are watching this video, not all Americans agree with Donald Trump. I sit here every day that I record and I make a video trying to remind the world that some of us have kept our humanity, that some of us stand up to him on a daily basis no matter how nasty my comment section gets and how many death threats I get. I'm going to sit here and continue to do what's right. And I hope that more people continue to do what's right. And I hope that we impeach him. And even if we don't impeach him, like, if we impeach him, it's good to keep it in the, like, and even if he's not removed from office from the impeachment, we have that option to vote in November of 2020. So register to vote. Get out there and get this man and all the little sycophants in Congress that allow him to do this out of office. Our country, our humanity relies on that. All right, guys, I think this is my last video for the night, but we will see. Bye.